Thank you, Madam Speaker. I have two teenagers, a 16 and a 17-year-old, and my son got in trouble a couple weeks ago because he borrowed my sister-in-law's car and was at least caught by a neighbor kid driving too fast in that car. A lot of kids want to do that. Like we said, we see that on the movies. But I'd like to take you back to January of this year, because in Richland, Washington, there were 4 kids in a car screaming down George Washington Way. The car hit a utility pole. 3 kids died. They were street racing. And 1 survived, the driver of the car. She was cited weeks before that, going 98 miles an hour in a 70-mile-an-hour zone. This is a good bill to vote yes on. We need to send a message. But we also need to be thinking about how our police are going to enforce these laws. When I took office, a big conversation I think we all had was, how are we going to help things like this? How are we going to make them go away? How are we going to enforce street racing? How are we going to enforce anything? So I got in the car with a police officer in the last 12 months. Not 1 time, not 2 times, not 3 times, but 4 times I rode with a police officer this year. And one of the things that sticks in my head about enforcing good bills like this is when the officer from Kennewick told me, we are 13 officers short. And do you see this map on the wall here, Ms. Connors? This is where you live. No one patrols your neighborhood. This whole district of the city, we have no patrol because we don't have enough officers. So I am very much supportive, especially for what happened in our city this year in Richland, to be a yes on this bill. There's so many more things as a body we need to be working on. Thank you, Madam Speaker.